Good to see you.
Alright there, Evidence. Welcome back to Code Vein in the Road to 100, and today we are here in the Cliffs of Rust because we are not going to be playing the actual dried up trenches. We are just going to be bullying the Insatiable Despot today, and I want to show you a whole bunch of builds here that you can use to actually run this guy into the ground, which have nothing to do with Final Journey, which have nothing to do with, you know, Jack and Fatal Surge or Reckless Abandon. These are all just really crazy builds that just play into the stupidity and wackiness of Vayne, and how you can abuse this boss more than almost any other boss in the game, as he is very, 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 very weak to pretty much anything you can come up with. If you have blood in your build, you're pretty much guaranteed a win almost, and it's pretty hilarious how you can actually knock this guy down very, very, very fast. So the name of the game for him is just go for as much blood as possible. Now, this will be a couple of edits here and there, just to show you guys, just to not waste time in the build process here. But I want you guys to pay special attention to the amount of mistakes that I'll probably make as we go through here, because I'm just kind of gonna be like enjoying myself as we go through. But there is a ton of passive swapping here to make sure that we are up and running at highest potential here. So we have to have a B+ in mind and a willpower of C, so in order to make use of our gifts. So there, as you can see, we are using this entire setup here, which will be used to ensure that we, and Mia of course is not going to play nice here, but we will be doing a ton of passive gift swapping along the way here. So stay tuned and watch for those, because I can't really include those in the build from the website. So make sure you are paying attention to that. Okay, there goes Mia. Thank you. And now we can go back to our hammer mastery here. Okay, so then we need impact wave. Oh, whoops. No. Never mind. Whoops. There we go. This and this. And so these build sets here are specifically meant to take advantage of the fact that the Despot really has no possible way of dealing with us in any good sense or fashion or ability here. So let's head on in here. And then the name of this kill is simply to just smash this guy as much as you possibly can, and he won't have a chance to actually do anything, because he will be dead before transition. As you can see there, absolutely incredible how this build, you just constantly smash him to death, and once he gets poisoned, the damage ramps up highly because of opportunism, and you definitely want to kill him before mobility enhancer runs out, because we are a normal mobility at the moment. And so if mobility enhancer runs out, then we lose out on 10% of our damage. But you can see that this set of buffs here is just absolutely wacky in how this goes about. And we only use White Mia just for the double gift extension there. So, okay, on to the next build. Alright guys, and here we are with build number 2. This is Surt, and we're going to be using the Warp Blade stun. And we will have the Ivory Grace here along for the ride. We're going to go for charge attacks.
Make sure you're good and ready.
And we do have a couple of items here, but we will have to switch out as we go along for a stun cartridge. This is pretty hilarious, as this build is a stun monster for this guy. And he has quite a bit of problem with how this entire set goes about engaging with us. And so again, we are going to be using Ingenious Mind just to save time, but there's no real extra benefit there. It's simply just to get the build going faster here. If you don't do that, then you have to use two mind ups, and so now we go for all these things, and we will get them going here as fast as we can, and it's completely fine what we are doing, because everything will work out here in the end. So with this, this is simply a charge attack set. As you can see, he's already down into the second phase, and before transition, he's already dead. And the Warp Blade is one of those weapons that you don't really think about as being super extra strong, and if you want to go for even more damage and not even try for the stun, which we didn't even get the stun, you can go for more damage from the fortified version here, as it is the highest for what we're going with here in Surt, and the Warp Blade scales exceptionally well off of strength, and since we have an S in strength, we are able to make really good use out of these wacky amounts of buffs here that we have running. And so we are making extreme use of the items that we have, along with the crazy amount of active and passive buffs that we can use all at once, plus our partners extra 25%. So we're getting a 20% from offensive order, 10% from adrenaline, 25% from overdrive, added to Louis' 25%, so that's 50% increase, plus the 20% increase from swift destruction, plus another 20% from our blood, so that gives us 40% on blood, plus his 30%, that's 70% increase to our damage, plus our about 800 here added to, about 650, 675 or so added from our, about 600 added from our blood veil for Bridge to Glory, and so we are up in the thousands and thousands and thousands of range, and the 20% from two-handed sword mastery, plus the increase to light value, which adds to Bridge to Glory, plus the weapon increase value here. So absolutely bonkers how this build goes about dispatching the Despot, and you saw that we were able to use up our stamina here before 1 bar of stamina actually took its toll on us. So very nice there, and you can see that because of the charge attack with the blood pillars that come up, those blood pillars right there, those are fantastic for staggering the Despot. So okay, onwards to the next build. Alright guys, and welcome to the third build of the video here, and so this is a, this is a Ymir build that we are going to be focusing specifically on the amount of Ichor recovery. We will be getting about 7 to 8 to 9 Ichor recovery on every hit, and we will be able to slash this guy to bits before he's even able to do anything. Now it does get a little dicey because he does not go into stagger, in phase 1, which is very unfortunate that that is the case, because we do not do enough crush damage in order to stagger him into his first hard stagger where he kneels down. He will go directly to phase 2, and we will have a quick dodge specific timing to make sure that we do not take damage immediately upon him entering phase 2. So very important here that we get it right moving into phase 2. And you'll see here just how important that will be to make sure that we get into phase 2 without getting hit like crazy. So we do need a dex of C here, so we are able to do this and then go right back to our setup here. Oh shoot, what was this one? Oh crap. Okay, whoops, I'll be right back in just a second. All right, sorry about that. I figured out what it was because I'm an idiot. Anyways, let's get back to this. So as we run into this fight here, we have to have a C dexterity before we get into the fight, just because we want to have quick mobility here, and then we can go right back to our gifts here to make sure that we have plenty of ichor on hit, and so we will do 3 of these blood sacrifices before we get into the fight to make sure we are below the 50% mark, and then let's hit get our items, and then here we go. Now the name of this fight here is to attack kind of whenever we need to here, and you'll see that we are completely loaded up on ichor here. No problems at all in that regard. The only problems that we have are the fact that he will be you know, moving around in phase 2, and phase 2, as you can see, it does go pretty quick if you do get the luck of the draw that he doesn't jump around all over the place. But this is a fantastic way to destroy this guy before he actually gets up and doing too many crazy things. So let me do this one again here, just in case you missed how everything goes, because this is one that I believe is pretty important to kind of understand, because you're using a weapon that typically is not used for a for such a build and such an attack set as this, where we are literally going for the weapon to be our ichor generator, and typically your weapon is not the super source of ichor generation. But for this build and how it operates with the gifts that we have, it is an absolute monster of a super generator of ichor, especially here with Eva. So absolutely crazy here. Okay, and we got the extra lucky one there, where he went into stagger before we actually got to phase 2, so even better. Okay, so that is not typically how it goes. That is an extra rare occurrence. I'm so glad that we got it here recorded for you guys. But this build set is absolutely monstrous amounts of damage for this huge boss that you can bully him very hard with this. So okay, let's get into the last and final build, and then we will conclude the episode, so stay tuned. Alright, and here we are with the 4th and final build, which is an actually pretty hilarious setup here. Just like everything else that we are going to be doing along the way. Yeah, thanks Mia, that's a little bit too late. Okay, there we go. And so this is pretty hilarious how we are going to go through this. I would advise a little bit of a headphone warning here, just because of the sound of Blood Barrage, and it's hilarious because we're going to be using Harmonia to do blood or to do mind gifting instead of dark gifting. So pretty hilarious here how this is actually going to play out. And so it is a little bit of a trick to it with the Field of Thirst and the parry that we have to go for. Okay, but this is a craziness here with how Blood Barrage operates. Okay, and then we have the parry, and now we can go for all of the attacks here. Okay, so we can go ahead and do this. Oh, this guy's alive. Ouch. Okay, we'll just take care of him real quick. Alright. And let's go for some Ichor here. Ooh. Okay, well, he got us on at least one of the kills. But you can see how ridiculous this is with the blood barrage going through the situations here to ensure that we have you know, enough Ichor along the way. And Mia, why aren't you giving me... There you go. Okay, and so this is pretty hilarious that we are using a mainly dark gift set here. Whoops. A dark blood code to make actual light gifting happen. Pretty amazing how that actually goes down, but it's pretty funny that it's actually possible and doable to actually get this to run this way. Okay, so here we go again. Alright. And you can see that we are, we are simply just dodging around to make sure that all of our gifts are engaging and connecting with this guy. Okay, and let's go for this, and we'll go over here and kill this guy real quick. Okay, and that is for that. We'll go for gift extension again for why not. Okay, always have to parry after that gift there, and you can see that okay, so this one is just a lot of fun in how the gift set operates with Blood Barrage, because typically Blood Barrage is not on the high list anymore of something that is like super devastating. And you might think that, well, Merciless Reaper really isn't doing much, but in phase 2 he gets a 15% reduction to pierce gifts, and so this is not for any other reason than in phase 2, where he's moving around and everything, and you have a hard time actually catching up with him. But you can see that even with a build like this, where it is severely gimped by going for a blood code that is not specifically geared towards the strength of the build or of the blood code itself, but we are more mainly geared towards something a little bit different. Come on, Mia. You can do it. Nope. Okay. Okay, well, she's not going to do it here for us, so let's head back, and I'll just show you this here one more time. I know it's kind of dragging on for the video, but I do want to kind of give you guys the full rounded flavor of how this wackiness does round out here in for this fight for this boss. Come on, Mia. There you go. So the funny thing about all of this, right, is that typically you're not supposed to be able to run a light build on a dark blood code, and this is like the super antithesis of all of that logic and thinking, and so we are able to make great use of it here, all things considered. And you can see just how much damage we're able to get out here. It's pretty good overall, and we're able to punish this guy very fast and very quickly, actually, all things considered. And so you can see there that we are able to get him down to about 80% of his health complete before he gets to a phase 2 transition. And now it is just a... Whoop, we clipped the end of his axe there, and we're able to just dodge around and use pretty much Blood Barrage at will. There's really no downside to using Blood Barrage just wherever. Even if you're missing him, it really doesn't matter. And even though we're at a pretty relatively low light value here of 1381, we are still able to make it very deep into his health pool before we have any real problems. So let's see what our light value is now. 1581, so we only get 200 more, but that is 540 more damage per Blood Barrage, and you see how fast they're coming off. And we have the 20% increase to our damage from Swift Destruction as well. And we have 1, 2, 3, and essentially 4 gift accelerators running here, so we are able to get that very fast cast of 1 second cooldowns into 2 Ichor per gift attack. And it does very well. So if you're looking for some interesting, crazy, different ways to go about killing the Despot, these are 4 builds that absolutely make a mockery out of him. The weakest one being here, the one that in Harmonia that is not meant for specifically this blood code to be running light on a dark blood code, mainly dark blood code. I mean, it can work here for what we've done. But probably my favorite one is the is either the Ymir or the Fionn builds, and I highly recommend you guys checking those out. Those are down in the description. So have fun destroying the Despot, and if you need to farm him for whatever reason, these are some great builds to put him down. So there is a ton of power that is untapped here in Vayne with different builds and blood codes throughout the game. You don't need Final Journey, and you don't need Jack, and you don't need Louis with Reckless Abandon and Fatal Surge, and so there are plenty of ways to go about destroying these guys with either weapons, gifts, or a hybrid of the two. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye!